Hello everybody and welcome to video 2 of the course for Agile coaches and Scrum Masters who want to help their product owners be awesome. And we all do, because of course the team needs that to be successful. So this is video 2 and we're focusing on the differences between product owner, product manager, also the similarities, and how to break that down into something that we can help when coaching a transitioning product manager. So let's start with just a quick intro to me. I'm Vasco Duarte, and I'm also the host of the Scrum Master Toolbox podcast. You might have heard about that already. And my goal with this course is to help Scrum Masters, Agile coaches, and of course, why not also product owners that are new to the job and they are in that transition, but to help also Scrum Masters and Agile coaches to help those product owners that are new to the job. Maybe they've attended a PO training, but they don't know Scrum yet, or maybe they're just overwhelmed with all of the work that they need to do. And there's a lot of work. We'll see that in a second. The team needs us to help the product owner. That's the reason why I've been doing this. And of course, I've been there since 2004. And some of the time between 2004 and right now, today, as I'm recording this in 2017, I've also been a product owner, so I know how hard it is to do all of this work. So I've been there. I've been a fresh product owner, previously project manager, and also a spell as a product manager. Man, what a mess. I mean, where are my P's? Product placement, pricing. Where is all of that for the product owner? And why do I need to work with a team, right? Why do I need to be every day with a team? Why do I need to, give them feedback all the time? Why can't I just write requirements and be done with it like I did before? And of course, there's more. Who's going to the trade fairs for me? If there's no one else going to trade fairs and talking to customers, how can we get the customers to know about the product and to learn? I mean, I'm doing that right now, and now I have to do that and be a product owner for a team or a set of teams. I can't be with the team and be out there at the same time, or can I? And who's going to prepare all of those project proposals that we need to get approved in the project management office to get the next release out? Help! So product management is not an easy job, and not all of this is included in the product owner as defined by Scrum. So how do we help them? Well, the fact is that you still need to do everything you did before as a product manager, and on top, you need to be a facilitator, you need to understand Agile, and sometimes you even need to understand code. You need to deliver value regularly, and that you can't do on your own, by the way, as a product manager. So you need to create alliances, collaboration with stakeholders and teams to be able to do that. And of course, you also still need to do the long-term plans, also known as roadmap or portfolio for product managers. On top of that, you still need to talk the business language and the tech language. So how do we do all of that? Well, don't despair, there's hope. As Scrum Masters and Agile coaches, we can help create the collaboration with the team that offloads the requirements so that the product manager, who's now also a product owner, can focus on all of those other tasks that they need to do. We can create the collaboration with stakeholders that gives us the feedback we need so that we can do, regular releases. We don't need to go through this huge, slow, super boring process of getting all of the requirements approved before we get started. We can actually start collaborating with stakeholders and get them to be part of the incremental product delivery. And of course, we can help the product owner set up the team to be more autonomous than before. Don't forget that although product managers were used to write requirements, then send that over the wall and wait for 6 months, then come back and ask, how late are you? We have to do things differently. But for that to happen, we also need the team to take up the slack to be able to help the product manager and, not be the product owner. That's not what I'm saying, but to be able to contribute in simple things like we discussed also already in video 1, like writing stories, writing acceptance criteria, helping the product manager use the tools we need on the Agile side, like story mapping, impact mapping, creating a product vision that can be used both for technical teams as well as for sales and marketing and so on, right? We can help the product manager that is transitioning to product owner to do that. So there is definitely hope. So here are some of the key skills for successful product owners. Facilitation. Now, product managers don't necessarily know how to be facilitators when they start, but here's where Scrum Masters and Agile coaches can help. We can give them the tools. We can even host some of the workshops for them, and then later on with them, and then give them consultation, hopefully, in that sequence, so that they can do the facilitation themselves later on. We can help them organize, prioritize, select, and especially remove work. Don't forget that as it used to work before, product managers would just add things to the requirements document. And then once that was closed and final and approved and so on and funded, what they would do is that they would come back and they would have change requests. Very familiar process, right? Well, in Agile, we don't have change requests. Everything is change, right? Agile is about welcoming change. So that's what we do. We organize, we prioritize, we select, and we remove work. How do we do that? We need to do that together with the product owner that used to be a product manager, now also needs to be a product owner. We need to help them with collaboration, and we need to help them to understand what in Lean we call the value stream, so like the end-to-end chain from the customer need all the way to the customer need fulfilled. We need to be able to help product managers create that collaboration. As Scrum Masters and Agile coaches, we really need to, in order for them to be able to continue to be the product managers they are expected to be, but also fulfill the product ownership that we need them to fulfill. Also, product and market understanding is key. There's a whole module in the course for this, in this course, for this specific need. But let's just say that product and market understanding are things that typically product managers know how to do, but the methods they use, they are kind of these long-term methods, right? We need this. Let's look at the competitors and copy all the features. That's not what we're talking about in Agile. In Agile, we're talking about going to the market, getting feedback, and actually doing something with that feedback, improving the product, improving the way we deliver value at every step of the delivery process. And finally, also customer development. And many of these things we will talk about in this course as well, how to help product managers in transition to do all of these things. But these are key skills for product owners that some of them might be already in a product manager. They might have gotten that before, but some of them are definitely new. So we need to help. But first things first. How can you help a product owner if they don't want to be helped, right? So first step, they need to want to help. And for us to be able to help, we need to get an agreement that we can coach them. We need to get an agreement that they will listen to us, but also that they are not expecting us to give them the recipe, but that they are engaged, fully engaged in the process of learning. So when we help the PO, don't forget we're helping the team. So it's important that we set this agreement with the PO, and the agreement, as you would expect for Scrum Masters and Agile coaches, is a coaching agreement with the product owner. So first step, does the PO have a problem you can help with? Very simply, if there's no problem, there's no way to help. So we need to help them clarify what the problem is. Then what will you offer to the PO? Be specific. How many sessions? What kind of sessions? Are you going to give them exercises, so things for them to work on that help them learn the skills? Or just give them guidance to, what blogs to read, what posts to read, what books to read, right? So what will you offer the PO? This needs to be agreed upfront so that they know what they can rely on. And of course, at this step, it's also an opportunity for you to bring your knowledge to them and say and explain what value you can add to their own work. Now, also, what does the product owner want? And the product owner will probably have a very specific problem, and the problem will be there for a reason, and the reason is the goal they have. So what is it that they are aiming for? Maybe it is an improve in product performance. Maybe it is a reduction in time they spend with the team, which is a legitimate need for a product owner who is transitioning from being a product manager. Then, does the product owner understand that the coaching is a process, not a recipe, right? That it is a form of assisted reflection and learning, right? We need to be able to set it out at the start so that we don't disappoint the product owner. We also need to agree on the outcomes and how to measure those together. Don't forget that the coaching agreement is between two people. It's a collaboration agreement, right? It's not what they need to do, it's what we need to do together. And as part of that is, of course, measuring the success of what we do together. Then we set the next get together, the next meeting, the next session, schedule it in the calendar, and we set a set of things that need to be prepared before that session. So maybe we need to do some work with the team before that, and maybe the product owner needs to do a little bit research on the business goals, right? Those are things we might want to focus on at the start, just as examples. And we set that out. Okay, so we prepare the business goals, we do this work with the team, and then we have our next session. So that's how we develop the coaching agreement. And now, of course, since we are Scrum Masters and Agile coaches, we have before I go forward further, let me just emphasize this. You are the Agile expert and the product owner is the product expert. So do not confuse this. This is extremely important. We can help them with the process, but we can't help them with the product. We are not better product owners or better product managers than they are. We just understand Agile collaboration better than they do because they didn't need to work that way before, or because they are struggling with a specific aspect of Agile. So focus on what you can help. Do not solve all problems. Now, to the template that we can use. Of course, I should use a template since we do that a lot in Agile, and templates are very useful because they kind of remove the complexity and the details of setting everything from scratch. Here's the template that I would suggest. So as the product owner and then write the product name. What is the product that we are talking about? Because the product owner might be working with more than one product, especially if they are a product manager, they might be working with more than one product. So which product are we talking about? I want support with, and then you write together the definition of the problem. Like, what is the problem that we are solving, or what is the goal we want to achieve? And then we write 3 reasons why the product owner wants that support, because I understand that the support will help me achieve. And then we have personal goals, product goals, collaboration goals, whatever is the priority goals for your engagement, coaching engagement with the product owner. And then we write down still, I, the product owner, agree to do so many sessions in such frequency, right? So for example, 2 coaching sessions of half an hour every week, or 2 coaching sessions of half an hour every sprint with coach. That's your name, right? You are accepted in this agreement as a coach. This is important. We need to make it clear because that transforms the way we look at the relationship between the 2 actors. Who, the coach, will help me reflect and learn about the new way of working, but will not tell me what to do. And this is important because we want to state already at the start that the coach, the Scrum Master and Agile coach, are not there to tell the product owner what to do. They are there to help them reflect, maybe to bring up questions, maybe to bring up problems, maybe to help reason through what could be potential experiments to solve a specific problem. But we are not there to tell them what to do. We're just there to help them find what they will define they need to do. And then we write at the end, we will together measure progress in this coaching process by looking at, and then we list what are we going to look at least one thing, maybe 2 or 3, depends on how you look at it, but what are we going to look at in order to measure our progress in solving the problem we've set up before and reaching the goals we've set up before. So this is a very important aspect. The coaching agreement is a tremendously important step in getting the ability, the space, the permission to help the product owner or the product manager who is transitioning. The coaching agreement is the basis for success. And if nothing else, it will at least get you the buy-in to get started in that process. Now, this is video number 2. There's 2 other videos, a total of 3 videos in this free course. So you sign up below if you haven't yet. If you received this video over email, you're done. If you haven't, then sign up below and you will get the other 2 videos, as well as the access to a self-study material for every one of the videos. Every one of the videos will have that. This video will have it as well, including the template and the process of setting up a coaching agreement. Now, of course, you can also email me if you have questions or if you would like to give feedback on this free course. So feel free, email me and ask questions, give feedback as you wish. Now, you can also get the whole course. So to get the whole course, we includes these 3 videos, but it also includes all of the other modules for the course. So how to define a product vision, there's a workshop facilitation guide for that. How to define roadmaps that actually work. And don't forget that roadmaps can easily drive into waterfall thinking, so we definitely want to use specific types of roadmaps. So we'll cover that. We will also cover quick prioritization techniques. So using 2 minutes to prioritize a backlog instead of 2 hours, right? And this is incredibly important for backlogs that have perhaps overgrown their usefulness. So we're going to tackle some of those techniques. We're also going to explain how to size backlog items in a way that does not need estimation, but rather focuses on collaboration. As you saw in this video, collaboration is one of the key elements here in the helping of the product manager and the product owner. So definitely this is an important aspect, and we'll give you concrete tools to help the product owner do that, to help the team do that in a way that helps the product owner. We will also have a module on how to quickly craft acceptance criteria. There will be a cheat sheet because acceptance criteria are incredibly important for the autonomy of the team. But if they are too cumbersome and too long to create, then of course the product owners will be not just bored, but they will have other priorities, right? And as a way to help them is we can give them the concrete tools and practices that I've collected over the years that can make that process much faster. Now, there's more. Every one of these modules will have bonus material, and this bonus material will be helping you to apply the tools and the methods that we discuss in the video. Now, don't forget, you will still get the 2 videos. If you haven't signed up, sign up, and you can always ask questions. Even if you're just watching the free videos, you can always ask questions. But I would just like to leave you with this insight from my own experience, is that it doesn't help to go through, this 2-day course. It doesn't help to read a lot of books. What really helps is to do the work and learn on the job. And that's what we want to do with product owners. So we want to create a set of tools that they can help and we can help them with, so that the teams can succeed and the product owners can be awesome, because ultimately it is about helping product owners be awesome. So thank you very much, guys, and look forward to see you in the next video.